Story 1. IDA for telling my sister the reason her daughter always wants to be at my house is because of how dysfunctional her household is. My sister got married 2.5-ish years ago and blended her daughter 7 and her husband's son 12 and daughter 10 together. Or at least they have tried wanted to. But it hasn't worked out that way. My sister's daughter had a pretty awful father, and he died when she was a baby. My sister's defended a lot from him until she'd had enough 5 months into her pregnancy and left. So she's not known for making the best decisions all the time, even with support, and she had a lot of it. Her husband's kids don't know their mom, but she's alive and out there somewhere, but doesn't want to know them. I'm not entirely sure how long my sister and her husband were together before they got married, but around 2 years would be my guess. Anyway, it was pretty clear pre-wedding that her husband's kids were not happy at the idea of blending families. They always seemed so hostile when talking to my sister, or any of us, me, parents, other siblings. They would glare at my sister's daughter for no reason other than she was in their line of sight. At the wedding, they kept moving away from everyone and were saying mean things to my sister's daughter when they were asked to sit or stand together. When corrected, they would tell whoever to shut up. They also never want to play with the other kids in our family, even the kids the same age as them. In the time my sister and her husband have been married, my niece has heard that nobody wants her, that the kids would rather die than sit next to her at dinner, that she's not their sibling and they hate her, that her step-siblings would rather be grounded than be in the car at the same time as her, that they'd rather be punished than pass her something, say she wants the salt or whatever. It happens when they're out, too. I was with them once, and the oldest said he was not sitting next to her. Looked very disgusted at the very idea of it. They also try to say she smells bad. They act like the other is being punished when sitting next to her. They'll even turn their backs to her and shut her out that way. I started asking my sister if her daughter could come to play with my friends, and my wife and I have loved having her. She comes once or twice a week now, but she always wants to come more. My sister is starting to get annoyed by it. And she asked me yesterday why her daughter is always so eager to be at my house and why she'd rather be at my house than home. I told her it's because her household is dysfunctional, and she has been repeatedly reminded two people don't want her there and actively go out of their way to hurt her feelings. I said no kid wants that. She asked me how I could judge and then told me it's really none of my business to comment like that. I reminded her that she asked. She shut down and stormed off. Ida? Danube_Kitty says, NTA? Even without asking, someone should tell it bluntly to her. Her kid is hurting, and she does nothing. If she wants to stay blind to these issues, I wouldn't be surprised if her daughter runs away the second she could. She is failing her own kid every day now. But I recommend to keep an eye on this situation, as those kids can escalate to violence or endangering your niece. They're going pretty out of way to hurt her just because they are mad at their dad. This won't just go away. Dutch Daddy 85 says, NTA. She asked why, you told her why. Either she didn't know already, meaning she's an idiot or at least not paying attention, or she does know and doesn't act on it, which borders on child abuse. On a side note, I really wish people would think properly about blending families and just hold off until all kids are either okay with it or moved out. Mapalian says, NTA, that poor girl. I just hope her mother doesn't prevent her from coming to your house in the future. Maybe next time you could approach the subject with your sister in a more proactive way, focusing on your niece's well-being and need to feel loved, and not on the family's dysfunction. Try to help her find solutions to the step-siblings not wanting the girl, without sounding judgmental. I know it's hard, especially now that your sister is defensive, but a solution is urgent here. For the step-siblings as well, none of the kids have accepted their parents' marriage here, and the adults have been turning a blind eye. Big hugs. Story 2. AITA for playing favorites with my grandkids, and when confronted by my Dial telling her that is due to her, this post is about my son and Amy, my Dial. They have been married for about 10 years and have 2 kids. They are 10 and 6. At the beginning, I really tried to get along with her, but she made it difficult. She is not very sociable and always put her own mom overseeing her husband's side of the family. This is really apparent with holidays and the kids. She always shows us to go to her mom's for holiday, even if I do it on an early day or late day. If I offer to babysit, she always tells me she asked her mom or she would get back to me. The time I do babysit or get to hang out with the grandkids, she is criticizing everything I do, usually saying that not how her mom or how she does it. At the beginning, my son was trying to fix this but gave up. We see him separately from his wife and kids. I truly don't understand it, and I have asked if I did anything wrong, but no answer on that. I gave up trying when my other son had kids. It is so much better, and I have a great relationship with my other DIL and the kids. The kids are 9 Ava, my step-granddaughter, and for grandson, I gave my Ava family necklaces. That was my mother's. She loves it and has been wearing it everywhere, according to my son. That also includes school, which started this issue. My DIL called me up and asked why Ava got a family necklace, but her daughter 10 didn't get one. I told her I just wanted to give it to Ava. She got angry and told me I was playing favorite and that her daughter is older, so she should have gotten the necklace. I told her that yes, I am playing favorites and it is due to her. I pointed out that I do not know her daughter because of her. That her kids will not be getting any of my family stuff because of her. This was a huge argument, and she called some a jerk and wanted me to give her kid a necklace. I am doubting myself on this basic regret. 6263 says, NTA. What does she want you to do? Sue for grandparents' visitation rights. Oh, wait, she wants to keep her kids away from you. But have you give them stuff? Yeah, pass. I maybe talk to your son and say that you find it hurtful when his wife keeps the grands from you, but also demands gifts. For the dial, I just ignore the greedy bits and respond to each gift grab with something like, well, it certainly would be nice to see the kids more. Do let me know when they're free to visit. Games Don't Stop says, NDA. It's difficult, but the conversation needs to be steered toward the amount of quality time you're able to spend with your grandkids. She's putting the focus on the gifts that were given when that's the least important part of the relationship. I wouldn't discuss with Amy about why her daughter isn't getting a necklace. She'll try to poke holes in the argument, come up with counter arguments, and spend way too much time on that point. The conversation should focus on why you're not able to see your grandkids for the holidays, why you can't babysit them, why you can't spend more time with them. Hopefully that necklace is causing your granddaughter to pressure Amy about seeing you more, even if it's for slightly jealous reasons. And now is a great time for your son to start trying to fix this again. Amy seems to have a renewed interest. Hendra Jobert says, Info, why can't your son bring the kids when you see him? Edit y'all, I'm asking the OP for information, hence info. I don't need everyone's theories. Thanks for watching, I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.